You alright guys, welcome back to Iron TV. This will be my player ratings for the game against Walsall. Don't need to remind you what the score is. If you've seen our past videos you'll know. Well, you'll know anyway probably. But we're just gonna get straight into this because I can't be bothered to do this. Starting off with Gilks. To me, he was man of the match for our team, so I'm gonna go with 6 out of 10. It would have been a 5 if he hadn't saved the penalty. So he saved the penalty, so he's going to get a 6. It was a great save actually. On the left, who was it? Oh, Maury Wallace, I think it was. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10, just because he got exposed there, and that's not his position. Alexander should know better. He's got Townsend on the bench. Don't see why he should be playing, but the manager, he must have his reasons. McCardle is going to go with 4 out of 10. Didn't play too badly, I guess, but did get bullied at the back a bit by Bakayoko and Ostuma. We're going to go with the other centre back, who was Cameron Burgess, I think it was. Yeah, it was. He's going to get a 3 out of 10 for me. He's trying them diagonal long balls all the time. I don't like him. Not very good. And they don't often work. On the right, we're going to go with Levi Sutton. For me, he was poor. He was very, very poor today. Yesterday. So he's going to get a 2 out of 10. He just didn't look bothered. Didn't do much. That's it, really. Then we're going to go with Bishop. For me, he's going to get a 3 out of 10. He's not going to get knocked off. He's not going to get his rating knocked off for the goal, because it came at him like an absolute bullet train. So, come on, not much you can do about that. We're going to go with Morris on the left. I don't know where his performance has been recently. Going to have 3 out of 10. Adelican, I'm going to give him a 3. Again, average, bang average. Holmes, I'm going to give a 5 because he was actually really, really good. Him and Morris, I think, were the best on the team. Just he looked like he wanted to have a good game. His teammates obviously didn't allow that to happen. So we're gonna go up front. Sorry if I've missed any. I don't think I have. We're gonna go up front now with Madden. 2 out of 10. You need to be scoring, mate. Honestly, you need to be scoring. That's a striker's job. You have to score as a striker, and he's not doing it. He hasn't done it since Plymouth away. Was about 2 months ago now, which is a very, very, very bad thing for a striker who was actually starting. And then finally we're going to go with Hopper. 3 out of 10. He was the best out of the strikers, and he didn't really have much to do, to be honest. He was quite invisible. So we're going to go with the subs of Ken Van Veen. Didn't do much. 4 out of 10. Simon Church, again, didn't do much. 4 out of 10. And Clayton Lewis, who again didn't do much, 3 out of 10. The subs had very little impact, and yet they had about 10 or 15 minutes to impact in the game. Overall, poor. It was very, very poor from us. The manager gets a 5 out of 10 because he made some good tactics. However, Wallace at left back is annoying, and it needs to be changed soon. And the fans will get 8 out of 10. We made some noise, not too much. However, it was a cold night at Walsall, so I wasn't expecting much from the fans anyway. So that'll be my player ratings, and I'll see you later. Up the iron and stay subscribed.
So those are Luke's player ratings. Not gonna lie, they did make me laugh. On to mine. I'm gonna give Gilks a 7. Can't really blame him for the goal, and he made a penalty save, so pretty average game plus penalty save. So yeah, I'll give him a 7 instead of Luke's. I think he gave him a 3. Moving on to Sutton, I'd give him a 3 because he was very poor. Obviously he doesn't play often, but coming back in the squad, he was quite poor. Simple passes at times were just, couldn't string them together, and he just didn't look very experienced at all. He just looked like a kid running around the field. Centre backs, McArdle and Burgess. I'm going to give them both a 5. Slightly below average, but not too terrible. In fairness, McArdle, I don't think that was a deserved penalty to Walsall. I do believe he got the ball watching the highlights, but there'll be heated debate about that, obviously, from Walsall point of view. Wallace, I'll give 4. I'd say slightly below the centre backs in terms of rating, but better than Sutton. He was very quiet, not noticeable, and yeah, I'll stick with 4 for Wallace. On to Hakeeb Adelagan, I'll give him a 5, pretty average, well, slightly below, didn't really cause the defence problems like he usually would with his skills and his flair. On to Holmes and Bishop, give them both a 5, pretty below average. Well, Bishop you can't blame for the goal, but in terms of gameplay, they just didn't show their experience. Well, obviously Bishop has the experience, Holmes doesn't, but he just didn't show it, and Holmes was on his level. Moving on to left mid, Josh Morris, who usually is very consistent in terms of gameplay, passes, and everything, and can score spectacular goals, as we all know. But yeah, I'll give him a 5 as well. Just not really there, was he? He had a few moments where he looked like doing something, but he just didn't. Onto front two, Madden. I don't think he was given a full chance. Obviously, we're playing only 60 minutes, but I'll give him a 4 because, again, he was below average. Only really had one chance. To be fair, he couldn't really get to the ball, but he didn't get service either. And Hopper will get 5 because he was about average. 2. Moving on to substitutes, Van Veen will get a 6 because when he did come on, he actually did look lively, as if he wanted to get a result and created a few chances. Church, I'd give a 6 because he really did look good as well when he came on. He looked lively and he nearly did score at the near post. And Lewis, I'd give a 7. I think Lewis or Gilks were our man of the match because Lewis, he was all over when he came on. He really looked determined. He had passion, and he really did look like getting us a goal, and he nearly did with one of his shots, which was luckily saved by Mark Gillespie after parrying it once and then throwing it off the line, basically. Yeah, they're my player ratings. Tell us what you think down below in the comments of mine and Luke's player ratings. Stay subscribed and up the iron.